In this video, I'm gonna teach you how to date like a high value man. And not just any high value man, a spinal surgeon. That's right. Look, one of my good friends here in Atlanta is a spinal surgeon, and he shared with me over some beers his 10 top dating tips when he was single. And number 6 is the most important one. So keep watching. This is gonna be awesome. I promise you this, because I've never heard dating tips from someone of this caliber, especially a spinal surgeon. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification button, because I'm dropping a video every day. All right, so this guy, this friend of mine, is one of the most successful guys that I know in terms of a academic professional, right? Yes, I know some people that are more successful that own businesses, but I'm talking academic, right? He's a spinal surgeon here in Atlanta. And if you don't know anything about spinal surgeons, they typically earn well over $1 million per year, okay? Only 1% of men in North America even earn over 400,000. So he's in a small percentage of men. And it's not just the fact he's a spinal surgeon. This guy is a fucking boss, right? He's tall, he's in great shape, he's tatted up, tattoos, all sleeve tattoos on his arms. Like, he looks like a fucking badass. He did procedures and surgeries during some wars overseas. Like, this guy, it's like one of the coolest guys I know, right? So we're sitting there, we're having some beers, and he knows about this YouTube channel I have, and he's like, well, hey man, if you don't mind, I'd like to give you 10 pieces of advice, dating tips, and take it, share this with your audience. And number 6 is the most important one. So I'm gonna get right into this right now. All right, so just looking at all my notes, make sure I have all my 10 here straight up. And he's like, all right, so number 1 is, he said, the more you earn, the more options you have, which is kind of obvious, but that's why I encourage you guys to level up your game in terms of your income, right? Take on some side hustles, but make more money, because you're going to have more options. So that's number 1. Number 2, you need to take care of yourself, because when you take care of yourself, you're also going to have more options. And when I mean take care of yourself, I'm talking about getting back to the gym, losing weight, and starting to be the best version of yourself physically that you can possibly be. All right. So number 3 is kind of, and adding to this, another layer is, the more alpha you appear, the more options you're going to have. Doesn't mean you are an alpha, but if you appear as alpha and you act as alpha, again, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, right? So I'm encouraging you guys to act and appear more alpha to get more options, because at the end of the day, that's exactly what women want. Women want an alpha male. And one of the key characteristics of an alpha male is his confidence, right? And if you are confident around women, for example, you challenge them, right? You don't necessarily disagree, you don't agree with them all the time. That is a characteristic of an alpha male. All right, number 5, women will desire you more when they know you're dating other women. And so he said to me, which I thought was interesting, and he's like, oh, what they say, so are you dating? Are you seeing anyone else? Even if you're not, say, yeah, of course, I go on dates all the time. That's what I mean. So number 5 is, or excuse me, number 4 is, they will desire you when you're dating other women, or they know you're dating other women. Now, number 5, you will have more options with women when you say that, look, you're only interested in having an open relationship. And they'll be like, what? And so when you tell them, look, I want to see other people, you can see other people, and let's just kind of see where things go, they will be more attracted to you at this point than if you didn't say that and you just went on straight up and said, look, I want exclusive and monogamy. All right, number 6, the big one right here. The big one here is, do not commit to them for at least 1 year. So turns out, so he's married now, but he had an open relationship with his then girlfriend for 1 year. And he told her, he's like, look, I'm going to see other people. You can see other people. Let's see how this goes. And it's probably going to be a year before I'm comfortable to be exclusive and monogamous with you. Okay, When I heard this, I was like, all right, okay. So I haven't done that yet, but I encourage you guys to start doing that, and I'm going to start doing that as well. It's like, look, it's going to take a while for us to get to know each other. All right, number 7 is you must lead the relationship. All right, so what that means is you plan dates. When she asks you, what do you want to have for dinner? You say what you should have for dinner. Maybe give her a couple options. She asks, where do you want to go tonight? You say, well, why don't we go to these places? So you take the lead, you plan the date, all the way down to the details of making the reservation if you have to. All right, number 8, you must be willing to walk away at any time. So when she knows, wait a minute, you're not going to tolerate bullshit, and you're not specifically going to tolerate being rejected with sex. Now, there are situations where maybe she's got to wake up early in the morning, you have an early morning, I get that. But in general, women will weaponize sex against you, and you need to control that from the beginning. And I agreed with him on this one 100%, and I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, for example, let's say it's a Friday night, I'm dating somebody, she's over at my place, and we have no plan. There's no plans that she has to go anywhere Saturday or anything like that. We get back to my place, even if it's 2 a.m, she doesn't want to have sex, then that doesn't usually go well with me, especially if there's no excuse for it. And I'll say, look, the vibe is obviously off. Do you want me to get your Uber home? I've said that quite a few times. And guess what? She turns around, she understands, wait a minute, okay. Because here's the thing, who the fuck is paid for that whole evening? You have. And yet now she doesn't want to have sex, so she's weaponizing it against you, and she's using that as a way to control you guys, to be very, very careful of caving into this, well, I'm tired bullshit. All right, so that's something that he said, look, I nailed that right from the beginning, and even now in his marriage, she will, if she's not interested in sex, she's at least giving him a blowjob, right? All right, number 9, you must be her daddy. And what do I mean by this? Is you must be the father that she most likely never had. Most women grow up with daddy issues in all kinds of ways. Maybe the father was neglectful to her, emotional. Maybe he was physically abusive. Not to say that you would ever be abusive to a woman. You need to be the opposite. You need to be the father, like I said, that she never had. If she had a terrible father or a neglectful father, then you need to fill that role and be willing to fill that role. There are times where the woman has had an amazing experience with her father, and that's she's looking for someone who will be like her father, okay? So that's number 9. And then number 10, last, is you must be respected. She doesn't have to like you. She doesn't even have to love you, but she damn well better respect you, because if she doesn't respect you, it is over. And there are times, and he shared this with me. He's like, there are times where I felt like she didn't love me, she didn't like me, but she always respected me. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you next time.